So we're going to talk about Zilliqa and its new tokenomics and what is coming next. So hi everyone, welcome to the channel. If you are new, please do subscribe, hit the bell button, like, comment. Also follow me on socials, links below. So Zilliqa, bit of correction, new things coming out. Obviously ZilSwap has came, we'll go over that in more detail. But there's other stuff coming that you're probably not aware of, especially if you're in the space and you've never really looked into Zilliqa. Personally, it is my bag, you probably know that, but I think this is majorly undervalued even still, even today, as things will progress over the next quarter and potentially into 2021 and beyond. This, for me, is a long-term hold. I rate it a lot, I've rated it for a long time. Bought in months ago, really happy overall with the development, and it's, in my opinion, one of the strongest in the crypto space right now for what is about to come, and I don't think people realize it. So, in terms of everything, it's looking hunky-dory. We're still looking great, right? Something's coming. The 14th of October, non-custodial staking. This is it, the live general thing of what we like in the token world is staking. Staking is a way of getting passive income, being able to use that staking model to get a governance token, the GZIL, to then vote on Zilliqa to basically have your voice heard. It's the whole idea of decentralization. So that GZIL token will probably not have a value as it stands until or if they ever make a market for that. However, as been said, you lock it up, you get a passive income. We'll go over the details of how much you get and how to kind of do this on a brief overview, and then we'll kind of just rock it and go with there. But it is all unknown in terms of how it's all going to plan out, in terms of how much people want to lock up, how much of the supply is actually put away versus how much the price will rise potentially because people are buying to stake it. But the APR of how much you can actually make per year has a different metric, and it's all coming very soon with the new tokenomics, and I'm going to explain. But first, boom, ZilSwap is out. ZilSwap is out, it is live, it is ready to go. It's very new. There's not much on it, obviously, for obvious reasons, but you can use it. This obviously increases the transactions, this increases the fees, increases the usage of the Zilliqa token. Over the next coming weeks, you're going to see a ton of tokens added to the ecosystem. Not to mention something else, which I'm going to drop in a very small jiffy on you, because it's going to be quite fun. With this, it's very easy, obviously. You get the Zilliqa token, you can use whatever. You can get the Singapore dollar, which is essentially XSGD, which is that bottom one, which is stablecoin. Then you got Bolt, Driftwood, Red Chilies, and Shark at the moment, right? They're the current ones as it stands. They're very new, obviously. It just came out yesterday. But you can provide liquidity. Liquidity there, you can earn 0.3% of all trades on pairs proportional to your share of the pool. Relatively straightforward, as again, it is a smart contract, in and out, whatever you want to do with it. Happy days. But the main thing with this is, back onto this page, if you scroll down on here, the Ethereum Zilliqa Bridge. This is hugely important. Why? What will this do? This will allow you to use the Zilliqa network to buy your ERC20 tokens. You know how big Uniswap is. Uniswap is huge. The token flow from that will go into Zilliqa. It will make the price rise, not to mention staking, which is coming very soon. So the main bulk of this video is all about this. Tokenomics, the whole revision. This goes live when staking goes live. It is, in my opinion, genius in terms of the changes that's going to happen. So let's talk about this. The first element of this article is the obvious at the start. The Zilliqa token economy currently does not have enough sync to take in the newly minted tokens. To amend this, new mechanisms and avenues needed to be developed to create an active circular economy that absorbs newly minted tokens. Yes. So, the breakdown. Block reward increases. Good. Block distribution adjustments. Cool. But this is where we're getting into the kind of the creation of a circular ZIL economy. Recycling of transaction fees. That is vitally important, because where does that go? It goes into the economy. It goes into the growth and the development of Zilliqa. And why am I putting my face on me here? There's too many coins out there that have a big pot of gold for them to sell off on us, me, you, everyone else. I hate that. So that is going to create a circle economy for the first part into the economy of Zilliqa to grow as a network, to have the funds available to do further development and carry on the growth of the company. Simple. Uncapped non-custodial staking. Hello. Perfect. Powering open finance via Zil as a medium exchange. Open finance to the world of DeFi. Boom. We're coming into it. And we're going to do it fairly and do it properly as well. When you think of how the GZIL token is going to happen, all the kind of the fees going back into the ecosystem makes sense. Look at Ethereum. What do they give back to the DeFi space? Nothing. The miners just get rich. Simple as that. Combating inflation, increase TX block gas limits, decrease Zilla operations gas consumption, and increase the minimum gas price. So it combats inflation as well. There's all kinds on this. This is a huge article. It's a really good article as well. So going on into more detail regarding some of these changes, block reward adjustments are obviously key. So with that in mind, it's been increased by 40%, as you can see on the screen here, which is currently a big jump, as you can see. This means that inflation rises, uncapped tokens with meaningful yields measured in APR can be offered to ZIL holders. That's cool. Reward back to us, you, etc. Block rewards, changing, totally changing. Allocated from 5% stakers to 95% of miners to the 40% of the block rewards allocated to stakers. This basically means that more and more people can be able to get the rewards very easily instead of the miners. Whereas with Ethereum, as I mentioned before, a lot of the information goes back to Ethereum. All the miners get greedy essentially. So creating this circular economy going forward in this, the usage of the network needs to recycle the transaction fees. Simple. The holders are needed to reduce a freely available circulating supply by accepting the risk of free yields through staking. And then you've obviously got the bridge. The bridge of the stable coins USD, ZIL, using as a medium exchange, open finance, creating that loop. So whenever you're using the, obviously ZilSwap, you're using the staking, the fees, transactions, it's all going to go back into the ecosystem. It's going to keep going round and round and round. The more people that use it, the more they generate to then create and get better partnerships, get better marketing, all kinds of good stuff. Whereas what you see in a lot of tokens, as I say, they have a big lump of coal at the bottom of the garden where they dig up every now and again and dump on us. It's not the right system. So that is hugely important. The recycling, it is massively important. Obviously, the uncapped custodial staking as well, huge, because no one wants that. But one of the main things about this is huge, and I don't think people realise this. The APR at the start of this, when there's less than 10% essentially locked up as circulating supply, is huge. It's like 49%. It's massive. So the first move advantage is probably key here. Moving into 20%, roughly about 25%, and then even up to 40% of the whole total supply is either, well, circulating supply, sorry, is locked up. It's still about 13%. That is huge. Per year on your Zilliqa, that is awesome. Obviously, if it goes to 80%, but you got to think as well, tokenomics. If there's 80% of the circulating supply locked up, the price, where's it going to go? You're going to be looking at it up there. It's going to be huge. It's going to be massive. So it's very exciting. In my opinion, very exciting. I don't think people have resonated with this. The fact that, even if there's only 20%, right? 20% at one time, you're looking about 30%, give or take, or just under 30%, essentially 25, give or take, whatever, per year, back to you. It's crazy. But think the other foot, you want more and more people to buy it and hold it and stake it to create that economy, to create that big ecosystem, to allow you to have a passive income, but also a very expensive looking Zilliqa, in my opinion. So hugely important. But again, moving on a little bit as well, the open finance side of it, the whole DeFi sector, essentially, this is huge, and you can see this whole layer here. Obviously, massive. There's all kinds of stuff there, you know, centralized exchanges, decentralized exchanges, stable coins, obviously, the blockchain, the wallets, it's crazy. There's so much here to be used. And obviously, you can see the top layer, obviously, seeking patches, building what is already there, Zilliqa and stuff like that. Huge, and it is very much exciting for me personally as an investor. Finding something that looks as good as this, I think it's brilliant. And obviously, liquidity providers, you will be earning so much in terms of fees back, more use case. Again, staking, more and more API coming back to you. Cool. So overall, this article tells you as it is. It's really, really straightforward. It's really, really simple. You know, that is the gist of it in terms of how these changes are going to affect the price, in my opinion, how they're going to make it better for holders, and most importantly, having that economy, that revenue model is essentially there to allow the company to grow. Cool. So moving on a little bit. In terms of wallets, I mentioned this the other day, Zilliqa will not be one of the first ones as it stands, I don't think, on the 14th. This has not been confirmed, but pretty sure it won't be. There's been no announcements yet whether these will be on the first wave of staking. It will come, but if you do want to be in the first wave, Moonlet is the one. Personally, I've never used it. Don't know if it's any good or not, but it's a one that I don't use because it is a mobile related one. I'm old school, man. I prefer the hardware. I prefer it on my computer. I prefer having the ledger encryption on my computer. It's easier. Whereas Zilliqa is very much allowing that. Obviously, there's all kinds of other methods, but I personally just use this method. You can obviously use a Moonlet to obviously access it, but personally, I'm a bit old school and I cannot be bothered moving my stuff over to that to get the staking. But as always, I think long term it's going to be huge rewards anyways, regardless when it goes and rolls out on all non-custodial wallets. There's all kinds out there. I've covered it in another video. Please do check it out. So I am immensely bullish on Zilliqa. You could probably tell just due to the fact of this. Obviously, as always, price manipulation with Bitcoin, stuff like that can move any market. But overall, there's a method and a system in place now with these new tokenomics to allow, one, holders to earn some nice little revenue off the staking rewards, two, the fees are used in the economy and all kinds of stuff in terms of combating the inflation. Most importantly, you got ZilSwap as well. The Ethereum Bridge is coming out. Everything is pointing to a price rise, in my honest opinion, over time. This, for me, as I say at the start of the video, a long-term hold. I do like it a lot. But for me, personally, as an opinion, not financial advice, this is the sort of thing you should be looking for. Not the ones that are at the top of the tree. Looking for ones that are developing and growing and will change over the period of years. Because you got to think here, if you look at the top of coin market cap, a lot of these tokens were nobody. There were nothing in the last few years. You got to look at where Binance came from, where Chainlink was originally, the likes of Cardano in the bull run and where it kind of recovered and where it all changed. All these tokens started from somewhere. Zilliqa is at that point now. It's going to change, I think, the landscape. And it wouldn't shock me in the slightest if we've seen $1 billion market cap at any point in the next coming year or two. Certainly easy 4 to 5x gain in terms of the tokenomics, changing the way that the volume is flooded to us as an ecosystem. Makes sense. So, au revoir. Enjoy. Hope you do enjoy. Please do like, comment, subscribe. Yeah, let me know your thoughts on these new little changes.